In this video, I will show you a really interesting workflow that we built out using a tool called Clay that allows us to actually find the companies that are actively hiring or the company that posted a job posting just yesterday. So we can reach out to them, schedule a meeting, and increase our chances of signing a client, right? Well, for you to understand what Clay is basically, I would say, like Excel sheet on steroids. It allows you to integrate a lot of different tools that would help you build a pretty robust outbound system. And in this video, basically, I will go through entire build out the workflow step by step, so you can watch and repeat it for your own company, your own services, whatever it is, right? So without much talking, let's get into it. So this is how the Clay workspace will look once you log in. If you actually want to use my affiliate link, which is in the description, you'll get 3,000 additional credits whenever you activate the plan. But anyway, once you're logged in, you come here, you click on click new, then you come to find jobs, right? And well, it will work two ways. Let's say if you already have a list of companies that you want to determine whether they are hiring or not, you can just come to companies, and in a comma separated list, you'll just enter all those URLs, and then you'll continue to do the very same things that will show you here. But if you don't have a list and you just want to find the companies, then you just skip this and you come to here instead, and you'll select like what job titles you want companies to be hiring for, right? Let's say if you are a software development agency, obviously you'll want to search for titles like software developer. Let's say if you're a marketing agency, you might want to go after chief marketing officer, marketing manager, whatever it is, right? So in this case, let's go, because of the simplicity, I will just choose one job title, which will be chief marketing officer. And well, we can also exclude job titles. Let's say if you have a lot of different roles, but you want to make sure that the company is not hiring for intern or anyone like entry level, it will just exclude intern, internship, like all the keywords that might be associated with an entry level position. But once you do that, then you can come to job description right here, and you can make your list even more precise. So for example, let's say if we were looking for companies who were hiring for software engineer, right? Software developer. Software developers, they might be coding in Python, Java, C++, as you can see here, or any other languages. So if we want to find companies who are hiring specifically for Python developer, we can just type Python here, right? And it will only give us relevant job postings. But if you don't need this, you can just leave this blank. It's not going to be a big problem. Then you come to location, like where you want those companies to be located. You can go with any country. You can go with state, for example, as you can see. But I'll go with United States right here. You can also exclude location. For the job type, basically, what type of employment is the company looking for? Are they looking for the full-time, part-time, contract, temporary, internship, volunteer, other, whatever it is, right? So here, let's say I'll go with full-time and contract. Also here, you can determine whether the company has a recruiter or not, right? So here, what we'll do is you can select this, or you can leave this unchecked. I usually don't check this. But it depends on your preferences. Also, in the posting date, you can see like when the job posting was uploaded. So let's say 5 days ago max. And here you can limit results. So you can determine how many results you want to see in total, and at the same time, you can determine the limit per company. Basically, how many job postings you want to see per company, because there might be like big organizations who will have like 30, 40, 50 postings. So you can like limit that. Let's say I'll select just 4 job postings and 100, right? And once everything is filled out right here, then you just click on preview jobs. And let's see what we get. Okay, so 5 days ago with the limit, as you can see, almost none of the companies are repeating themselves. So all of these are individual job postings. So what we'll do next is we'll click on import and import to a new table. And here, basically, you can enrich the list, or you can just go with a basic profile and it will not charge you for any credits. So here, we'll just continue for free. Okay, and we have this Excel sheet looking row where we have, okay, all the positions they're hiring for, the company name, their location, their website, also link to LinkedIn job posting and the date when it was posted. But another interesting thing is that there will be the cases where some of the postings are uploaded by actually a recruitment agency and not the individual company itself. So as you can see here, USA Jobs, for example, like this company is a recruitment agency, right? It's not an individual company. So ideally you want to exclude those. So how you do that is Clay has a very interesting bot, which is called Claygent. Let me just come here, Claygent. Well, in the model, I suggest you select GPT-4o Mini because it's the cheapest version. And the way it will work is, the thing about Clay that I forgot to mention is, there are two ways it works. If you use the Clay's credits, it might be pretty expensive. So what you do instead, when we are using GPT model, you just go and purchase your credits on OpenAI, and each run might cost you like fraction of a cent, which is practically very cheap, right? So once you connect your API, OpenAI API key, it will not use the Clay credits and it will just use API credits instead, right? So once we have selected that, then we have to write the prompt. So what we do is we write visit the company website, sorry, and we map out the website column right here, and determine whether the company is an individual company or a recruitment agency doing hiring on someone else's behalf. Then we write output, put only individual answers. So the reason we write this is because otherwise the output might be explanation of why ChatGPT thinks this way. So it will just make it hard for you to skim through. So we just keep the answers to be as precise as possible. And yeah, also only output the answers you're confident, or say 90% confident, are precise, right? So what we do next is we click on save and run. Well, usually I run like first 10 rows as a test to make sure everything is working correctly. And then I run the full column. But for this, like this one did not run because they don't have their website specified right here, but let's wait for the other ones. Okay, so you see for this one, it says it's a recruitment agency. For these ones, it says it's an individual company. So if we go, just to double check, okay, we can see talent firm. So they're basically doing a recruitment, which is, so basically the output was correct. And let's also check the individual companies. Let's say this one, Sylvia Song. Okay, this one does not have a website. Let's say this. Okay, this is an SEO company, individual company, which basically makes the output pretty precise. And also, once you click on this, it gives you a reasoning. You can determine why ChatGPT thinks the way it does, right? So let's also run the other rows right here. I'm gonna run 12 cells. Okay, so once it will be fully done, let's wait for all of these to be mapped out. Just post this. Okay, so we have everything ready right here. And obviously we want to exclude recruitment agencies from our outreach. So what we do is we click on this, click on this, filter on this column, and this only contains individual, right? So we are excluding all the recruitment agencies. So we have about 9 companies out of those, I suppose. Let me just double check. Oh, sorry, we have 16 rows that are individual companies. So what we need after this is obviously we want to find the decision makers at those companies to reach out to, right? So what we do is we click actions, and find people at these companies. So you can leave this as it is. It automatically determines, okay, what is the company domain, and finds people according to that. So what you can do is if you want to exclude all the companies that are not relevant, if you have a specific ICP that you work with and a specific group that you don't work with, you can enter all the information here. So for example, their company description keywords. You can also exclude specific keywords. You can decide, okay, how big the company is. Let's say you only work with companies from 11 to 50 employees. It will automatically do the filtering for you. Also, what industry they're in. And you can also exclude the industry they're in. But for this case, just because we have only about 16 companies, there's no point in doing this. But for your own campaign, you can do this. Also, let's see. Okay, here is where it gets interesting. Basically, when you go with the job title. So let's say we want to find the founders, CEOs, owner. Well, no, not owner. Let's say VP. Let's say managing partner, VP of marketing, or let's say HR manager, recruiting manager, right? Also, yeah, we can do location where the person is based. Because I select the United States, I'll also select the United States here. Let me see. And there are a bunch of other filters that you can actually use if you want to build a more precise list. You can also see, okay, what keywords they have inside their LinkedIn headline. You can also exclude them. You can also go with a past experience, like how long they've been in their current role, in the past role, and etc. And the last thing, obviously, once again here is the limit results. So you can determine how many total results you want to see, and at the same time, you can select how many people per company you want to see, right? So let's say I'll go with 3. Let's say preview people. Okay. Okay, so previewing 18 people to import from 44 matching results. So assuming the reason why we got 18 is because the rest were from the same company. So if you want to have more, let's say if I write instead of 3 limit, if I make it 5, let's see if it changes. It does, right? So as we increase the number, obviously we get more people we can reach out to. So what we do next, let's say we have their name, we have their company names, we also have their job titles, their location, and LinkedIn URL. So what we do then is we click import to a new table. And here, instead of going with a basic free search, I suggest you go with a fully enriched profile, or at least go with their personal email, or no, sorry, with their work email. Pick this, because your goal is to reach out to those people, right? So if you don't have their email, you'll still get their LinkedIn. If you want to do only LinkedIn outreach, that's also possible. But if you also want to hit them on a LinkedIn and email, then select this work email, and this one will use the Clay credits unless you have an API for any of these providers, and I'll explain exactly what it does in a second, right? So I'll do save and run. So we get a new table right here. Because the previous table was for the company specifically, this table is for the people, right? So we have a similar looking table, but the difference is, okay, we have basically their first name, last name, their full name, job title, location, company domain, their LinkedIn profile. And like, this is what I was talking about right here. Clay has a waterfall method enrichment, which means that, okay, right here you can see 6 different data providers, and it runs it through, let's say, the first one, and if it does not find the email on the first try, then it tries another provider, then another one, and it continues until it does. So for example, as you can see, it did not find email on the third try, and it found it on the fourth try, and it stopped doing it. But for some cases, okay, it did not find any at all. In some cases, it found it on the first try. But the thing is, right now I'm spending the Clay credits. But if, let's say, you have a specific tool, let's say find work email, you can go to their website, purchase their credits, and use the API right here. So you're actually spending less credits in the long run, which makes the whole operation much cheaper, right? But at the end of the day, what we are doing here is we are waiting for all the rows to be run, and I think they all did. Let me just try some errored ones. But yeah, I mean, there will be some people that you will not be able to find their email addresses, which is like totally okay. You can use some other tools to find those, but most of the times, this waterfall method should be enough for you to find almost anyone's email address. And once you have these, then what you do, obviously, you can just export the list. You can exclude people who, if you did not find their email address, or instead of excluding them, you can just go ahead and you have their LinkedIn profile. You can add them on LinkedIn and hit them up there. But for those who have their email address, you can just download them, download the CSV. And how you do it is you come to Actions, you click on Export, and download CSV. So you'll have the entire CSV file. Obviously, you'll delete some columns once you download the CSV to make it prettier and easier to visualize. But yeah, so what you'll do then is you'll just go to your email sending tool. I don't know what you're using, but I'm using personally SmartLead. You can use Instantly, or I don't know if you do it manually, do your own thing, right? But in all cases, you'll have their email address you can use to email them. For example, hey, I saw that you were hiring for this. Would you be interested if we speak further, because we can do this, right? And yeah, and a similar thing on LinkedIn outreach, because the more things you try, more channels you use to reach a specific prospect, the better it is, because somebody might not be that active on LinkedIn, and they might be checking their emails more often, and vice versa, right? So this is how it works. As you download the CSV, you upload it to your sending software, and you start sending those people emails, or you can just do it manually, and likewise on LinkedIn. So this is how it works. Pretty simple workflow. And if you continue doing this on a regular basis, I can guarantee that you will come across the companies and you will build campaigns that require sending much less emails, getting you much better results, because this list is much targeted. So if you have any questions about how it works, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, or if basically you want us to build this entire system for you and also run it for you so you can see how it works for your company, then you can also book a call with our team and we'll have a chat and we'll see how we can help. But yeah, hope you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.